नमस्कार, कार्यक्रम समायोजनमा यहाँहरूलाई स्वागत छ। आज हामीसँग निकै विशेष अतिथि हुनुहुन्छ हाम्रो कार्यक्रम समायोजनमा। ढिला नगरिकन उहाँलाई हाम्रो कार्यक्रममा स्वागत गरौँ। उहाँ हुनुहुन्छ चाइनिज ल्याङ्ग्वेज इन्स्ट्रक्टर, चाइनिज ल्याङ्ग्वेज टिचर, Mr. Wood. Mr. Wood, you are heartily welcome in our program.
Namaste.
Namaste. Starting with the conversation, Mr. Wood, I would like to know that what is Chinese language in your opinion?
Wow. In my opinion, I would say language in the whole world always a kind of tool to do the communication. It's a kind of bridge to let the people to understand and to be understood. After that, people can comprehension. Yeah.
Well, Chinese language is known worldwide as the most difficult language to learn. And to learn something, you need to enjoy it.
Yeah,
Am I correct?
Sure. So,
well, to learn Chinese, how can one learn it very easily and enjoying it as well?
Actually, I will say the first, Chinese language is absolutely most difficult language in the whole world. But it's not your fault, right? A good teacher supposed to make the class easily and happily. How to do that? First thing, we always say mind first. Mind first. So, many people say if you want to teach Chinese, you have to speaking English very well, but in fact my English not good enough. Only good for teaching Chinese. And somebody asks, oh, you are teaching Chinese in Nepal, you must can speak Nepali. I will say China. So, in fact, the first we go through the mind to understand and to be understood. After that, we use body. Yeah, body second. The last is the language. If we know that, we can go to create communication with our student, first thing. And after that, the purpose is very important. If we know why they want to learn Chinese, we can help a lot. If they just say, I see the people speaking Chinese, so I want to learn, I don't know why, also I can help a little bit few.
True. Well, the flow of learning Chinese has been increased, maybe because of the increasing in economic of China.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why do you think Nepalese also must be more interested to learn Chinese language?
In fact, I'm not thinking, I just noticed that. Because when I was traveling in Kathmandu, Pokhara, Chitwan, lots of, the first is my friend, my Nepali friend, they asked me, they heard I'm teaching Chinese language and they ask my help, first thing. And the second thing, when I really go outside country, when I travel, I realize now more and more Chinese people go outside country. We prefer to travel as a tourism reason. And also, for example, we cooperation with lots of the company and also in the education subject to working together. But the point is, now more and more Chinese people go outside, but few of us can speak in English very well. So, whatever, we have to communication. That means there's a bridge is necessary. And in fact, in my generation, most of us, we learn 6 years English. Everybody learn 6 years English just for pass the exam. Because in China, it's few chance to practice. So we learn, but exactly cannot using very well. But now more and more Chinese people go outside, right? So I noticed that for the hotels, restaurant, and also even in the school, the people, they seem to very interested in Chinese learning. So I start to try. And after that, when I go back to China, I cooperation with a lot of college and university, which they training their Chinese students to do the international Chinese language teaching, this subject. And I find they also want to teach. But problem is, in China, really difficult to find students who know nothing about Chinese, because everybody speaks. So for them, quite difficult to get experience. How to teach in the Chinese to the people exactly know nothing about Chinese. So that's my subject, so I do that.
Well, for sure, your English is very fluent, I must say that. But sometimes you might face a situation where you know English, you know Chinese, but the student you are going to teach does not know any of the languages.
Yeah.
How will you communicate
Oh, that's quite good question. In fact, it's the the first time when I teaching Chinese in Nepal. I teaching around 220 kids. They want to learn Chinese, but they cannot speak English. They never in the school. They have never been in the school. So what I do is really a challenge. So I just look at them. As soon as I look at them, eyes to eyes, and then they realize, and both of them and me, both of us realize, I want to help, and they want to learn. That's enough. We make agreement without any word. So they just sit down, and also I send to me. I also sit down, and I say, 你好，我叫 Wood， 我来教中文. And that is blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And then after that, around 8 months, we try from the both sides. Try to understand and try to be understood. Sometimes we succeed, and then everybody happy. Sometimes a little bit difficult, but we're still happy. But after 8 months, when I leave, they said, hello teacher, when you will come back, please visit us again in Chinese.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Besides Nepal, where have you been as your travel diary, being a Chinese instructor?
So the first, around 2008, I visited America, in California and also in Nevada. So I visited San Francisco, Los Angeles, and also Las Vegas, of course. And then there, I find lots of Chinese people. And when I come back, we do the communication. In Hong Kong, Shenzhen, that's my city, that's where I'm from, and of course Shanghai. And in 2013, I come to Nepal. After that, I also come to Bhutan, and tomorrow I'm going to Sri Lanka. So in this Southern Asian country, we all do the same thing, teaching Chinese.
Well, among your travel diaries, visiting a lot of countries, visiting a lot of people, making them learn Chinese and making them a very good Chinese speaker. Can you share some of your experiences that has been very hard and you can never forget?
Oh, that's quite a lot. For example, in Nepal, if I try to teach my student the pronunciation, per and the for, because after that I realized in Nepal, the P, there's a pronunciation PH. They pronounce it pa.
Yeah.
Pa. So, but in Chinese, per and the for is exactly different.
Okay.
So it's quite difficult. But after maybe 2 times training, and then I realized, okay, let's spit out. So I say, everybody, please, don't speak, just follow me. And after that, pa. Yeah, you can try. Yeah, you can try.
Like,
pa. Good.
Okay.
Yeah, good. And then if we want to pronunciation for, how to do, just use your up teeth to bite your down lip.
okay.
For, yeah, you can try.
Is it like pa?
Perfect. Yeah, perfect.
I guess I can learn Chinese easily.
If you find a good teacher.
Well, coming back to the economic side of China,
All right.
in your opinion, how do you think that learning Chinese can make a person a good businessman?
Oh, that's quite necessary. Just now we already say now more and more Chinese people visiting outside for many reasons, right? But for any reasons, the visiting to Nepal can support the economic. But the visiting, they need language support. Because the first thing, only in China side, we know enough about Nepal. We will select Nepal as a visiting country. For example, last year, within 1 week in Chinese New Year, we got 4 million Chinese people visiting Thailand. 4 million. Because now the information between Thailand and China is very easy. In China, we got the movie, magazine, and also the news about Thailand. No blog. if the Chinese people, if we arrive Bangkok in airport, we can see the sign in Chinese. If we go to in any street, we can easily to find people who can speak Chinese, and even the topic is in Chinese topic. So that makes the visiting very easily. The information is very clearly and no confuse. So I will say, if the same thing happens in Nepal, the first is tourism subject. It will be double, triple, it's unlimited. The Chinese market is unlimited, first thing. And the second thing, about the construction and also the communication. In China side, we are really, we're really interested in to find the nice people and nice place to working together. Yeah, if we know.
Well, true enough. Coming along to the tourism sector, as you said, in Chinese New Year, 4 million people went to Thailand.
Yeah.
Recently, a highly good visit was paid from Nepal to China. And in your opinion, I'd like to get your personal opinion that how can the economic and tourism sector of Nepal be good enough, be developed, as China is our neighboring country?
Yeah, sure. The first, if we're talking about the tourism, of course, we visiting the neighbors first. From the 2013 till now, always the Asian country is the most is on the top. We visiting to compare with the America or maybe the European. They prefer to visit the country on another side of the earth, but we visiting our neighbor first. So of course, we prefer to visit. So how to improve, how to increasing? I think the first thing is to make the understanding, to let we know about each other. Before, the people in my class, I always ask, how you think the Chinese people, why few to compare with Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, like this? Why few Chinese people, till now I will say few, to visit in Nepal? They will think maybe it's because of the situation. Maybe it's because of our road situation, our, the construction, like this. I said no. In fact, most of people in China, we know nothing. It's not because of we know the situation is not good, because we don't know the situation. So the first, we have to make the understanding with each other, and of course, language. Yeah.
Being an instructor, how many domestic places have you been inside Nepal?
Wow. I have been, I will say, a lot. 7 districts. The first, of course, the Pokhara, Chitwan, Lumpini, and Kathmandu, of course. And except that, I also travel Sintupachok, Raswa, Dading, and I think it's Kantipur, right? That district. It's southern of Kathmandu. Kittipur or...
Kirtipur.
Yeah, Kittipur, yes, to that place. And visit the village, and even we visit in the mountain. I go there to visit the school in the village.
And how did you find Nepal?
I find lots of nice people, and I find lots of, I would say, opportunity. If we can help, I really wish to help. If we can help, they can explain what they have, and if they can let the people understand what their situation, lots of help can be done.
Well, let's get beyond this topic about learning Chinese and everything else. Tell me something about Chinese New Year.
All right.
It's very popular.
The Chinese New Year, we can compare with the sign. Yeah, we can compare with the sign. The same thing, like, for example, in my city, everybody in the New Year, we go home before. But now, more and more, we prefer to go outside country, to visit the foreigner country. So some of us, we come to Nepal. But most of us, Thailand, and also Japan, Korea, like this. And in New Year, we celebration, of course. That's the longest vacation we have. In China, the people say we working hard. That's true. So in New Year, we can got maybe 9 to 15 days holiday. That's the longest vacation.
Okay, we are at the last moment, at the very last moment of our conversation for this show. Lastly, I would like to ask you, there is a statement, learning has no limitations.
Yeah,
You do not need to be at the age of youth, or you do not need to go to school only. If you want to
Absolutely,
learn
yes.
something, you can learn at any age.
Yeah, of course.
opinion.
So in my opinion, the first thing, I think the first language is kind of subject can learn only by teaching. I cannot teach only from my side because the language have to be learned. I'm just like kind of a guide to show people the way. And anybody who is interested in, if they want to learn, if they want to go with the guide, they can go, first thing. And second thing, I always believe the teacher is supposed to help the student. So why we limit my help only in my classroom? The more people I help, the better they learn. I think the better I am. Yeah, and also at here I prefer to share one of my experience. I used to visit Chitwan. Have you been to Chitwan?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so in Chitwan we got amazing animals, right? So if you go to Chitwan, which things you prefer the first you want to visit?
Elephant riding?
Yes, elephant riding, right? So now just imagine, if in Chitwan there's a big jungle, right? Now Chinese is like a jungle of language. Why the Chinese language is the most difficult? It's not because of too less, it's because of too much. Thousands of characters, thousands, around 3,000 to 8,000 characters, not word, only characters. So if you want to visit this kind of jungle, the first thing, as a professional guide, I will ask where you want to go, which animal you want to see. If you say, I want to see the rhino, all right. Which hotel you stay, tomorrow my vehicle will pick you up. Tomorrow afternoon you can see the rhino. Same in my class. I will ask, why you want to learn Chinese? If they say, because of I want to do the business, I want to get a job, I want to visit China, and also they said I want to make Chinese friends, and I'm interested in the Chinese culture. Any answer I can help. If they got that purpose, I can design a path, I can design a road to show them as soon as possible. So, for example, if you want to learn Chinese, can you tell me why you want to learn?
Well, maybe because it is the most powerful language in today's day.
Oh, so that means communication, right?
For sure.
All right. So, for example, if for your interview, I can design around 100 to 200 words easily in Chinese. So you can easily to learn within 1 month, around 20 hours. You can do your interview in Chinese.
That's great. That's great. Anyway, Mr. Wood, I would like to thank you very much for being here with us in our show and sharing your opinions about Chinese language. I hope our viewers shall find it very interesting and informative as well. Thank you so much.
Welcome.